used to draw a lot as a kid before I discovered cameras were a thing. And it's funny because people were always like, so do you want to like draw stuff when you grow up or whatever? And I was always like, no, because it was kind of like a means to an end for me. And I realized looking back on them all now, they look like, all of my drawings look like storyboards and like character design or costume design. That's what they look like. They like, I wasn't like making a piece of art. It was like a means to an end to tell some sort of story. And that's why I think I always like stuck my nose up when everyone was like, oh my goodness, you're going to be an artist. And I was like, I don't want to draw forever. It's just, I need some way to express it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm curious, like what's one of the behind the scenes that you consistently watch? Did you have like a favorite movie behind the scenes?
That's a good question.
If you can't think of one, I was just curious.
I know that I watched the behind the scenes for a lot of animated things a lot. I'm trying to think if there was any specific one. The Disney's Pocahontas behind the scenes was really neat because they shot some stuff with the actress who did the voice, the non-singing voice, but the voice for Pocahontas, like on location where the story's set. So first of all, that was really neat to see.
That's really
and
cool.
then they would like go into the studio and talk about it. And then that's how I learned that, you know, often there's like a voice actor and then like someone who does the singing. And I was like, oh my gosh, animation is really cool. So, and I think that's kind of where the stop motion also picked up because I was like, I can do this with my dolls and my tiny little camera that sucks. But, you know, and then, oh, what else? I also watched for live action Cheaper by the Dozen, the behind the scenes of that a lot, just because there was a lot of kids in it, and I also liked acting a lot. So I was like, I want to beat them. So
coming from big family, I totally related to Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yes.
So, and speaking of big families, let's go to Hayden. What's an early memory you had of falling in love with filmmaking?
It was kind of like this slow dawning. This like I didn't have like, bang, I want to be a director or storyteller or something, but it was like stories to me as a kid were very just like visceral and incredible, and we didn't watch a lot of movies, so when we did watch it, it was really special. And so I'd be at a friend's house and we're like watching Finding Nemo for the first time, and they're like, okay, now you need to sit still and don't move and just watch them. And it's like, whoa, what else would I be doing? This is incredible. We're watching a movie. This is amazing. So, but I was always just like taken by stories. And then it kind of took me just a long time to realize how much stories were just like, I fed on them and they were incredible. And then I did grow up drawing. I was always drawing as a kid, and I would just like fill my math books with just zillions of drawings, which kind of annoyed my parents, but they were supportive. But so I was always kind of like the artist, and there was like, are you going to become an illustrator, all this stuff. And I did have like these really expressive drawings as a kid that had stories. And so I have like there was one where this elk, it's like a 39-point elk or something, and then it's outrunning this bullet from like a hunter. And like, so I was very, very story focused with a lot of my drawings.
That's awesome.
But then just like growing up in high school, using my art to be a part of the storytelling process. At our homeschool group, we had these huge theater productions, and being backstage and helping with costumes and weapons and armor and painting stuff, it was really magical. And I remember just watching the theater production and seeing them all use the stuff that I had helped design and create. And it's like, I am Weta Workshops from Lord of the Rings. Like, I helped make this come alive. Like, the actors can now give these performances because they have these swords and these shields and costumes and that I helped make. And it was like absolutely incredible. And I had this high from like after the production driving home. And then, but it still was this really gradual dawning process where there was those moments where you just stagger out of the theater and like, what did I just see? Like 10